Fiona, Jazz, Lucas, Manuel, Maria, Mark, Oliver. Other people will be joining. So Maria is recording this session and we'll get started. So how was it? How was your week in the first place? Good?
So far, so good, yes.
Nice. So far, so good. Okay, great then. Okay, so questions, answers, quick questions. Not quick questions because it's double WH. What month is it today? This is easy.
May, isn't it?
May.
You can be up in there.
Talk about that.
May, I believe.
You know that, great.
It's not working too early in the morning.
May. What comes after May?
June.
June.
All
Yes.
right. What comes after June?
July.
July.
This is a test.
I
It's a
know.
test. Okay. Okay. And after July, August, and after August, September. But now we are in May. Yeah. Turns out May is the best month of the year. Why? Why is it?
Because we're almost halfway there.
Yeah.
Mother's Day, for example.
No.
Right.
It's when you go through half the year and you rethink about your life generally. The whole year's almost going, let's reboot, let's refresh.
Great. Okay. Fine.
Spring,
So let's do
summer
that.
is nearly there. I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
May is important because May is determinant for September. Yeah. So now
talking
here's-
school, yeah, okay. Trainings and stuff like that.
What else? I mean, is there anything else but business and quality in this Friday talks? This is it. Yeah. So business and quality, they go together always. So May is when we prepare September. Okay. So when we prepare September, we have to, if we start thinking in September, we are late. Yeah. So all the people who have started thinking in September today, they will arrive in September fine. Yeah. So what do I mean when I say prepare for September? Yeah. In my or how do you understand preparing for September? Because for every single one of you, it will mean something different. Yeah. So I will tell you what I mean, but first, what do you think? How would you prepare for September? Daniel, for instance.
I would think where we want to be in terms of growth in September.
Yeah, for instance, because what happens in September? Let's think out loud.
Back to school.
Go back to school.
Schools go back.
Yeah, I mean, people are in the mindset of education again. Yeah, we have to a new fresh start. So not only school, but also all these after school activities. I want to learn. I want this. I want that. Yeah. Okay. So if we start thinking of September in September, turns out that those who have thought ahead, they will be just better off. Yeah. So now, right now, what can we do to prepare our September? What is it?
I don't know, start the campaign to target the schools and stuff like that for next term, you know?
That's something that we can do. Actually, if you start today, if you guys start today, you still have a certain chance to arrive in September right. If you haven't started, it will be more difficult. Those who have started preparing for September, yeah, these guys, these of you will have many more chances, yeah, to have a good September. So what I mean is something that is, okay, understanding the market, also setting my goals, quantifying my goals, and creating a system to get there, yeah. Now, those of you who have been with us for longer, you know that we've been talking about the so-called churn rate. Yeah, the churn rate is it comes a moment when we start having losing students, so to speak. Yeah, students go, they just go because they have a lifetime as well as everything in life. Now, if in this moment we start worrying about what's going on here, we are late. So to that, we have to start thinking ahead. This is called having a system for replenishing students. Yeah, so this starts today. if it hasn't started before. Now, from the previous webinar, Anna told you, those who attended it must remember it was a memorable moment. I was asking, okay, so what is your rate per hour, Anna? And I was expecting something about 42, 43 euros. And then all of a sudden she said 180. Yeah. So the 180 didn't happen out of the blue. Yeah. The 180 was a consequence of a very, very thorough process. Okay, so today we have people, and all of you are actually, well, new teachers, yeah, with us. Some of you are here for the first time, and I will try to walk you and to explain to you how you can build that replenishment system. But we have to start preparing your mindset. Yeah, your mindset. So two things actually. Understanding the market, again, it's worth reflecting on the market, and preparing your mindset for growth, because without it, it's going to be pretty impossible. So I'm going to start sharing. Just give me a second. Because I don't want to scare you here, but the sooner we realize the reality that we have, the better, right? So the market is like that, okay? The market, as presented in marketplaces, is something like that. I mean, last week I showed you an advert from Reply, but there are actually many more, or pretty much all the marketplaces are going to set the competition between 2 and 10 euros. Yeah, this is a reality. Okay, so people were arguing, and I absolutely agree. Yes, we fight this with quality. Okay, but we have to understand also what quality means. Okay, so this is the marketplace. This is what we have from a marketplace. When we set our profile in a marketplace, we cannot demand or ask or request upfront 25 euros. We will be out of the game immediately because of the context. So if we are in this context, we are... Sorry?
¿Sabes bailar? No.
Guys,
Pues este es súper
there is some
fácil.
background. Can you please mute your microphones? Thank you. So if we are in this context, yeah, we can be there, we can be, but we have to understand the rules of the marketplaces. Yeah. So it's not about, oh, but then what should my price be? What price is whatever you decided to be, but understanding that whatever your price is, it will be compared with the other prices. So you cannot make an outstanding, difference based on something that based on price comparison. They just won't click on you, probably. So what we have to do is something different. First of all, if we are in marketplaces, we have to be very smart. Yeah, very smart, very clever. If we're in marketplaces, we have to think of ourselves in the first place, and know that no single student is going to give us what we deserve. Yeah, so that's why quantifying what you deserve is absolutely important. Now, here is the alternative. Academies are pretty much in the same situation. Yeah, academies can offer what, 10, 12 euros per hour. This is what they offer. Okay, back to back, probably hours, but these are the rates that they can offer as well for different reasons. But now check this, okay? This, I don't know how, I would like actually to ask you, what is your reading to these numbers here? If we can see in April, that person has had 42 interested people, 17 trials, and 5 registrations. Yeah, this is one thing. And yesterday, that same person, 5 interested people and the 3 trials, no registrations yet. So what do you guys see here? Can you tell me? When looking at this, what do you see here? What do you see, Bev?
Consistency.
Consistency. What else?
Quite a lot of interest.
Interest.
Interest, yeah.
Okay, definitely. So a channel for interest, but what else do we see? Everyone can see different things. So Brent, what can you see? What do you see?
That there's less clients, less new clients from
Okay,
the
you see
it
that
goes
there are less clients.
it goes up and down, it changes, it doesn't always obviously stay the same.
Okay. Yeah, that can be, yeah, of course, depends on many factors. But what else do you see? What do you see, Carlos? Daniel, what do you see?
Sorry, I just want to take my consistency back because I couldn't see it clearly before, but now I can. It's not consistent.
Isn't it? What do you mean it's not consistent?
Can't hear, Bev.
If this, sorry, the 207 and then 11, what the...
The first one is for a month, right? And the second one is just one day.
Yeah, I'm taking 1 month, yeah, the month of April. Yeah, sorry, I should have explained that. And then the second one is within a day, yeah, 1 day, yesterday, yesterday. Okay, all right. So I'll tell you what I see when I see this. I see future. I don't see inconsistency. I see future because I know that whatever happens afterwards, there is future there. A lot of it, actually. I see consistency, definitely. I do see it. I see it because if within a month that person has had these interested people, the rest is a consequence. So I'm not worried at all about the fact that clients are low at some point. I'm not. I see future. I see a channel for replenishment students. Yeah, I see. I'm not worried about September regarding this person. Yeah, Blanca, did you raise your hand before?
Yeah, I think also when you were asking what we see, it's that it takes a lot of interested people to get 5 clients, right? So the more exposure, I think, like you're saying, the more exposure you have, the more you can replenish.
That's it. But also, when I say that I see future, it's because I see a mechanism, I see a system, I see the engineering behind that, and believe me, the rest is a matter of fine tuning. Whether or not we will have certain amount of clients, it's a matter of fine tuning. But if I were an investor, now imagine that I'm an investor and I had to invest in projects, yeah, I would invest in this one because there I see a person that has worked systematically to get interested people. And actually, working with people like that, you know where that takes you. It's worth the effort because you know that, okay, all this fine tuning will achieve to increase clients. Yeah. And maybe I don't know. We've been working with Georgina on it. She's worried because sometimes, yes, she get a lot of interested people, but depending on the quality of the leads, etc., etc. But these are elements of fine tuning. Yeah, you can work on them if you have the first column. Okay, so those of you who check and do the rest, who check your first column and see 0 or nearly 0, yeah, you're not seeing your future. Neither will I. But that can change. And that has to change today to have a good September. Because in September, it will be late. Yeah, so now we're building our September. And now is very, very good moment to go and get these interested people. Now, one of your major concerns when I talk to you is, oh, I don't know anything of marketing and I don't know, and well, what's going on here? So will I be able or will I not? But on the other hand, you're very confident regarding your teaching. Okay, so I see my reading here is I see a lot of talent. If you are confident teachers, I see a lot of talent, that we're not communicating. So when I talk about marketing, I'm thinking of one word only, yeah, or actually two. The first one is communication. The second one is how to share it, yeah, how to reach more people. This is marketing for me. And this comes to, you know, this leads to the second concept, which is your second fear. First of all, I don't know how to do that. Second is, and the client is always right, so I do what the client tells me. Okay. Now, turns out that this is not an expert mindset. Yeah, and I'll show you why. Turns out this is a commercial mindset. Okay, it's only a commercial would tell you the customer is always right, but not the expert. An expert will give you a solution. Okay, so if you are actually teachers and you praise yourself to be good teachers, then the next step is let's communicate it. Now I want to show you something, and we'll go back to these numbers again because these are crucial here. Okay, so this is Henry Ford, very well known, and has inspired a lot of you know, entrepreneurs. So two quotes from him, two learnings from him. Whether you think you can or you can't, or you think you can't, you're right. Okay, so everything is in the mindset. You can or you can't, in both cases, you're right. I think that you can, all right? Those of you who think that you can't, rethink it. Yeah, you will be right in both assumptions. But let's go and accept the growth mindset, which is I can do it. Okay, and we'll see how. It's easy. The customer is always right. According to Henry Ford, if I had asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses. Okay, so here's the thing, that we live in a moment, a very crucial moment, when we have eruption of the internet and eruption of technology. Okay, people don't want textbooks anymore. No way. First myth. Second myth, people do not need teachers to learn. Sorry, they don't need teachers. They learn alone. Okay, but the good news is good teachers can provide the best solutions, right? So yes, we're not needed, but yes, we are necessary. It's a paradox, but it is what it is. So people learn alone, but people do need very good guidances. So this is us. Does anyone know what that woman, do you know who that lady is?
Your sister.
No, no, she would have had my surname, but no, a colleague of hers, yeah. What is her profession according to you?
Pianist.
Pianist, yeah.
I don't think she's a pianist.
Dentist?
Is she?
I don't think so.
She's a pianist.
She's
a pianist. Eh? Yeah, she's a pianist. Definitely. This is her first, she's been playing the piano for since the age of 3. But also she describes herself as a piano matchmaker. Okay, yes, she's a performer, but also one of the most successful sales executives. Yes, so she's worked at Steinway and Sons for 8 years, and she's achieved $1 million of sales in pianos. Okay, so the piano, let's say, it's not like buying bread or English classes. I mean, how many people do you know that buy a piano, and how often? And yet she has achieved an enormous increase in sales. How? What is her key? When people talk to her, they talk to an expert, not to a salesperson. Yeah, she knows her stuff. She's a pianist. Okay, so when those of you who think, oh, I'm not a salesperson, you don't have to be. You are teachers. So like Erica, you have to provide your expert opinion. Now, I'm going to ask you one question, a very difficult one, but we need to answer it. Do you know how people learn? That's quality now. Yeah, this is where your expertise comes into play. If I am a student and I need your advice, can you guide me? Manuel, how will I learn faster?
Through motivation.
No, I'm motivated.
You were motivated.
Yes. How will I learn faster?
With some
Lucas.
guidance, with guidance, you know. We're having
Okay.
fun. I'll show you the road, I'll show you the tips, you know.
Tell me about the guidance more. Tell me about the guidance.
Customize it to your own capabilities, where you want to go and where you can go, actually, and where your specific English needs, because not every student have the same needs.
Okay, so Blanca.
I think that we kind of talked about it the other day, Radmila. We know the next steps. We know once you know the present simple, now you need to know the present continuous. They don't know that yet. So just exposing the information to them. Then it's on them if they want to practice it and whatever, if they're motivated and whatever. But we know the next steps. We know what comes next. They don't.
Okay, so we know how to guide them. That's what you're saying. They don't know what they need. They have a need. They have, okay, I want to learn English. Yeah. So what you're saying is I know how to take you from A to B. This is your answer. Fair enough. Okay, Akbar.
Yeah, I want to add to what Blanca said, and at the same time, have the metaphor of English teachers should be seen as personal trainers in a gym, coaching the language and making sure that they're practicing it every day, even though they don't want to, and giving them shit for not practicing in the next class when you ask them when was the last time you spoke, but to be their coach, to make sure that practice makes perfect, and adding to Blanca, to know what to work on next, and to make sure that we guide them through this practice, daily practice.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so that means that if I'm not with you, you will tell me what I can do further. Akbar?
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, just like really, like you hear the same mistakes over and over again, and I feel that's the first job, is to make sure that the students self-teach themselves, and that we're there to remind them of the crucial errors.
Right, okay. Bev, you wanted, yeah, that's true. Bev, you wanted to say something as well?
A similar thing, but I've always put it down to as a case of helping somebody understand what they need and then helping them achieve it. First, they need to know what they need to know, and then helping them to actually achieve what they need to know.
Right. Now, tell me how you guys, because yeah, this is true, but it seems to me a little bit vague and intuitive. So how can we go from vague and intuitive to some degree of certainty? How can we convey certainty to our students?
I think by reassuring them that we have the knowledge and the experience, and then they're confident in that teacher. If you say, if someone gets a feeling that you're very confident about your product, about your knowledge, like the pianist, she knows about pianos. So the students get the same feeling about the teachers. The teacher really knows her material, her stuff. That's almost like a guarantee, isn't it?
Fine. Yeah, that's it. Now I'm going to challenge you. And Olga, just a minute. Hold on a second, because
Sure.
I'll ask you. Just a minute. Here, what I'm asking you is, I have a necessity. I want to learn English. And you guys are very good riders, but you're showing me horses. So show me the car. Where's the car? Who has the car?
Oxinity with the technology.
Ah, there we are.
Speeding up the process.
Fine. And if you don't want to mention Oxinity and its technology, mention yourself. I have technology. I have the system for you. Okay? If you make it yours, make it personal, but show me the car. Now show me the car. Come on. Show me how can you explain the car to me?
Well, we're
Olga.
giving one free class, no? So you can try and see what it's all about.
Okay, so yes, we need to provide evidence. I give you that solid evidence that work. So we're going to invite them, but describe it to me beforehand.
Well, with the use of
Okay, too much pressure on Manuel. Let's try
no,
with
it's okay.
Autumn.
It's okay. I just don't want to repeat myself over and over. But yes, but through the use of big data and AI, we can, you know, optimize your performance.
Fine. So, guys, what Erica can also do, and we have to learn from her, she educates her customers. We have to educate our customers too, as experts. We're taking the expert role and we have to educate them. We have to show them that there are alternatives. So, the alternative to 1 hour with one person, yeah, which is equals 12 years of study and yet no speaking or whatever, is another story, something different, something disruptive, something that they haven't tested. And yes, we're going to then ask them to test it. Absolutely. Olga.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that I don't agree that practice always makes perfect, and we should show them that it hasn't worked before if you practice in the wrong way, which is what happened in most education systems. Also in Spain. So this is the result. You study English for like, I don't know, 5 years at college, and then you still can't speak it. So we should show them where it goes wrong, how it goes wrong, and how we are doing it different.
Yeah, I agree with you. If actually, this is something that sports people show us that if you learn the wrong technique and you practice it again and again and again, you will be very good at doing something bad. Yeah, so don't do that. Yeah, you're right. I absolutely agree with you. So basically, we have to educate our potentials, and the good news here is that again, if we work together, we can achieve it. We have everything right now in this moment in our blogs. They're there. So people don't want to just to be sold things, but they want solutions, and all the solutions, or a lot of the solutions, are in our blogs now. Now, myself, when Maria and I want to communicate with our students, of course we segment. Of course we think, who can I send this? Who can I send this information? But there is so much. We see it from the eyes of solutions. Yeah. So I see so many solutions there that the only question that I have to ask myself is, who needs that? And once we have the answer of who needs that, we go and send it to them. Okay, because we offer solutions, this is something valuable, and we are helping people. So this is the attitude. Yeah. Now, the question, who can I send content of value today? Yeah, this is the one that you have to ask yourself. The good news for you guys is that people, when they want to market, and here's the difference, and here is when you are not actually involved in marketing, whether or not you realize it. You're not involved in marketing because question number one for marketers is, where do I find content? How do I create content? And for you, this question is answered. So how can I share? This is a question that marketers ask themselves. And for you, this question is answered. That's why when I hear, oh, I don't know about marketing, I think to myself, but hold on, you have everything that you need in order to communicate and share. So the only thing that you have to ask yourself is, who can I send content of value today? If you are not asking yourself this question, you're missing an opportunity. You're missing September. Right now, today, who have you sent content of value today? Blanca, I know you have. Or you will. Mari
Yeah.
Carmen. Sorry, Blanca.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Today, on Instagram, I'm following the same technique. People that interact, I send them further information that they could be interested in.
Great. Okay, fantastic. So, well, someone has just spoken in present perfect experience tense. So we've done it. It's behind us. Yeah. Those who will do it today, fantastic. Go and do it. And when you've done it, let me know, or don't let me know. Doesn't matter. Let yourself know. I mean, be aware of it. Yeah, be aware. Okay, I have done this, and I have communicated it today. Mari Carmen.
Hi, Radmila. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
I just wanted to say I liked very much this thing about the horses and the car, in fact, and it makes me think a little bit of my experience, which I would like to share since I've learned so much from all these webinars from everyone, all these past months, and I think it's a matter of knowing the tools and the product that we have. So I would turn around the question. I would say, if we were not in Oxinity, what would be the scenario? And maybe that answers why, how to figure out what we have to do if we are in Oxinity. What I'm trying to say is, if we are in Oxinity and we do the same thing we used to do when we weren't, which means go to those marketplaces, go to ChronoShare, go all over the place and find out that we have less and less clients because of the figures you showed at the very beginning, and we apply that same mentality once in Oxinity, to me it means not using the product. So there would be no difference between joining Oxinity or staying outside, because we're doing the same thing. So the opportunity that I've seen, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that of course it's very important to know the tools, the product we have in our hands, like promotions, creativities, presentations for academies that you guys help us with, trying to get businesses, etc. So all these webinars are great for this. But once you know your product, you have I've tried to find the difference between before and now. And that is that thanks to all of us, we have a product that none of us have outside, and that means the community. And for me, the magic word is sharing. So if we join Oxinity and we're just expecting to get clients, that's the same thing we were doing before. What do? I send a blog, I get a click, I get a client. What's the difference between before being in a marketplace and using our time to look for students? So using all these tools, at the end of the day, my conclusion is that by sharing our star product, which is open classes without a shadow of a doubt, and figures only show that, which you have explained a lot, how you can increase your rate per hour, is the only way. So I think, or at least my wrong tendency was, okay, I have a private student. Now I join Oxinity, I'm gonna put him through Oxinity as a private class. So I will continue growing. I will try my best to use the tools, but I think that was totally wrong. Why? Because, and this is my point, the positioning. What positioning do we have? So after we know how to use all the tools, I asked myself, okay, where is my position now? Where do I want to start? How do I fill the gap to grow? Because I already know how not to fill that gap, and that's by looking for students, teaching them private classes, and you get stuck. So if I have a private class and I bring that student to Oxinity and I share with everyone's sharing with me as well, because now I have the opportunity to grow, and not only grow, but I can teach. But the positioning is very important. How much do I want to teach and how much do I want to grow, and work your figures through? If all I do is teach private student, I know where I am. If I share, I know I can grow. And what am I sharing? This that we're talking about are differential with other teachers and other instruments. We have the open classes, which I think is definitely the way to grow. So I changed my frame of mind and started doing this, and that's how you can actually see, your rate per hour. Otherwise, it just goes down. So it's not a matter about being a right teacher or wrong teacher. We shouldn't let our ego interfere here. We are all teachers, and all students need a teacher. So if I bring a client and say he's happier with somebody else, it's great for me. I'm going to use that time to do more promotions, do academies, and I'm growing at the same time. And I think that's the key word here. And that's why we're cars and not horses trying to fight against a market that is going to bring us to €2 an hour. That is ridiculous. So the only way to maintain our prices, and we have a fair rate per hour of 14 hours in auxiliary, I guess, is by doing this. And I finish up saying that the only way to find out is really put your hands in it and doing it. So every webinar teaches you a tool. What I did is, okay, I'm going to try this tool. Okay, now I'm going to try this other one. And that's the only way I found out where I'm more comfortable working with the tools and having this positioning of where I want to go. That's keyword for me. That's what I've learned, I believe.
I'm speechless. Just, I don't know, applause is here. If I don't hear them, it's because we don't realize what just had happened here. Applauses, just that. I couldn't have explained it better. I think we should call it a day. Honestly, we should call it a day. After this, that's great. That was brilliant.
Now I'm blushing.
And I'm about to cry. Yes, that was great. That was it. That is it.
Well, that's only, Radmila, what I've picked up from all the webinars and from all of you.
Well, then, thank you. I mean, what else can I say? This is just a great summary of it. So it turns out we have it all. We have the tools, we have the resources, we have the people, and what are we waiting for? We're ready for September. Okay, so we're ready. You have to be ready. I mean, having a Mari Carmen, having Ana Elena, having Blanca, having Georgina, and having Bev, having Akbar, having Brent and Daniel, and I don't want to miss anyone. Yeah, we're ready. Of course. We're ready for September. We just have to create ourselves a future and communicate it. I don't know, any questions, guys? But I can't add anything here. No? Comments?
Well, I think that
I think that was brilliant. So
yeah. And I think that Mari Carmen expressed exactly how do I see that too, and well, all the potential that Roxana has. So I think that's exactly what we are.
Yeah, I agree.
Actually, can I add something, Radmila? Now that Ana Elena is there, just a very short story, not to bore you guys. I used to work in an academy last year, and well, I jumped into Xenit and I decided to drop that, but I've been keeping an eye on it because I know things are very difficult, and I had the feeling that at some point they were going to close. And since we've been talking about academies, etc., I've had an eye on it until it happened. So I got in contact with this woman, with my ex-boss, but she didn't answer. So I thought, oh my God, she's thinking that I'm getting in touch with her to get a job again, to be a teacher, because things are so difficult. So she never answered, which only confirmed that she's in trouble. If things were going very well, she would probably need more teachers. So because she didn't answer, I asked Ana Elena if she could help me out and send her information to see if she would have some reaction. And that's what I mean by sharing. Maybe I can't do something, but there are plenty of people here with big interest and the big help of Radmila and Maria as well, where we can share and talk and do. So off it went, that information, and now we're going to follow it one way or another, but we're going to be chasing after that. Another thing that's happened out of keeping an eye on these academies is that I had a list of students that I used to teach that I didn't get in touch with simply because of ethical reasons. But now that they're shut, the door is open for me. So I'm going to bring them all in, and it goes without saying, with open classes, because that's the way, again, to grow. So I just simply wanted to say that it's great to have everyone's help in one way or another. There's always support from all of us. And I think that's great. We should use it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and that's what I mean also by exchanging experiences, exchanging basically efforts, right? And basically support each other, right? So it's not just in words but it's again exchanging what we can do, what I can offer to Mari Carmen and what Mari Carmen can offer to me, right? So if I need a great teacher, I would contact all of you guys, right? If you need a student, probably I would be helpful for you, right? So basically, this is something that we mean by exchanging experiences.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So no, that's great. You have much more. I mean, as I was saying, let me just recap on the most important points, and I hope that all your barriers will be gone. They have to go. In the first place, remember who you are. Yeah, remember that you are the authority, the expert that counts on many like-minded, equally prepared, very, very well prepared people. This is the first, let's say, benefit is that strong network. This is in the first place. Then technology that empowers all these fantastic teachers, all of them. Yeah. Accelerations for students, solutions for students. All the solutions that we can provide are 10% in the classes, 90% in all these beautiful blogs that we prepare that also answer questions and solve problems for them, solve their pains in this or that. Yeah, so we count on that. Your question is not where do I get content, how do I create all these resources? Your question is who do I send this? And the answer, once you start asking this question, you're going to find that there are many people that can actually benefit. Whether or not they buy or they purchase something, that's secondary. But you will see how many people you will reach that way. Yeah, only this way. By counseling, by guiding. You guys said it. So this is the by far the best way of approaching sales. You're not selling, you're just counseling or you're just guiding. Okay, but what happens is that you will create trust, and you will communicate trust, and you will communicate confidence. So the better the teacher, the better the confidence that they convey to in their students. Do not hesitate. And above all, the commercials mindset is, oh, you need English. I'm going to sell you four hours a week. No, the expert mindset is, you need English. You don't have to worry. We're going to create a system for you, a strategy to learn in the best possible way with the minimum investment. Yeah, this is what the expert would say. It's completely different. So your mindset, the one of growth, is the one that you have to, constantly work on day after day. And today we're preparing for September. Turns out all the tools are available and all the resources are available. And by resources, I mean everything. The answers, the people, the pages, the everything, whatever you can think of, it's ready for you. Okay, Steve, you wanted to say something or ask something?
Yeah, I was just a comment on what you said before when you were asking where's the car, etc. It just reminded me of this. You remember the Jack Nicholson film As Good as It Gets? The character had this obsessive compulsive disorder. Yeah, and
was it Show Me the Money? No,
it's a writer who had special needs effectively, but he had this. There's another character, and it was a gay neighbor. And they're both going through kind of. Basically, he had this line: "I'm drowning here, and you're describing the water." Yeah, and I kind of thought of that when you were talking about the car there, but it seems to me that the academies and everything else, the learning solutions, they're describing the water. Yeah, but what we need here is something a little bit more in terms of the tools you need to get out of this drowning in languages to somewhere else. Yeah. So it's a good old line to use if anyone wants to recycle it. I'm drowning here, and you're describing the water. So the other academies are describing that water. Yeah.
You of all people can do that, Steve. Yeah. It's your idea. It's brilliant. So we can just use it. Well, use it once you work on it. Once you create something with it, we'll use it because it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Yeah, it's sort of like the guided discovery is kind of taking you out of that direction, isn't it? Or getting you out of the water when you're struggling. Okay.
That's it. Yeah, beautiful metaphor. Okay. Any other comments or questions, guys? No? Okay. Back to May. Yeah. What May is the month that prepares September. Hold on. Mari Carmen, you've raised your hand? Or that was from before? Okay. Well, okay. So, no, back to May. May is the month when we also prepare for intensive courses. Okay. So let's think what we can offer for intensive courses. An idea is, for instance, to start. Okay, so here let's talk about very shortly about intensive courses. When we talk about intensive courses, what do you understand? What can we offer to students? Let's brainstorm.
I understand like many hours or like compressed. So it's like a lot of energy in a very brief time. That for me would be expensive.
Yes. So
peaceful half an hour a week, would be like, okay, in one week, like a lot of hours and
okay, yes, you've just described the horse. That's the horse. Let's go for the car now. What can we offer? That's what students know. That's what students understand. Yeah, an intensive course is 5 hours in the academy and gap fills and whatever. Yeah, Anna, how about you?
Well, I think that quick result, that what everyone is expecting from the intensive course, and we can actually offer the quick results without having to use it as a slogan only, right? Since we are not going to do the same thing during 5 hours a week, right? Which the classical academy would do. So what we can do, we can give we can optimize the time. So just calculating physically how many hours you're going to do, how much you're going to learn within this time, and we can offer this as a good hook. Because this is the reality, right? If we have calculated that we need 3 years to learn English from the beginning with half an hour a week, then we can calculate how much the student is going to learn within, I don't know, 1 month of 3, 4, 5 hours classes per week.
Okay, yeah, I like that. So basically the same idea, I will provide a strategy for you to condense in less time for better results. Okay, yeah, that's the idea. But yeah, let's create the car around the intensive courses as well. So one possibility is, again, to use this 30-minute the open web classes, the 30-minute open web classes, increasing the weekly classes to 5 instead of 1 or 2 a week, increases to 5. But again, going a step further, not because you will spend 5 hours every day in the academy, you will learn faster. Yeah, this is the horse. This is what people know. So let's give them another possibility. Maybe 5 half hours, 5 classes a week. Yes, but complemented by something that I will show you, I will guide you, I will indicate where are all these things. In the platform, we have the game, and also in the blog, we have beautiful blog posts that are precisely aimed at that. You guys now are producing, according to your expertise, you are producing really beautiful pieces of blogs. So we have, on the top of my head, blogs about education. Yeah, what like Bev blogs are, she links it with philosophy and education, entrepreneurship and education, etc. So this is fantastic. We have Olga, I just remember Olga's blog post about reading a beautiful short story that students can read as well. Georgina and how to learn phrasal verbs or other, what was it, through videos?
Conditionals.
conditionals, yeah, through videos. So a lot of material there for after class practice, a lot of it. So our strategy for intensive courses will be based around that. Yeah, maybe half an hour every day with me, with the open web classes, in the open web classes, but a strategy for an hour and a half every day that you will do on your own. Yeah, that guidance for self-study that Manuel and Blanca were talking about. Yeah, so we can do that. This is the new concept of intensive courses. So not 5 hours in a closed room with in an academy a day, every day, struggling, and but something different. This is what our intensive courses would be. So I'm thinking here that we can well offer, for instance, I will pass on this, the prices and everything. I will create something, but 1 month, 1 month with in intensive courses, we can offer, for instance, 5% of discount, for 2 months, 10% of a discount, for 3 months, 20% of a discount. Yeah, but this starts today. So the sooner we start communicating that concept, the better. Yeah, so we can prepare. Intensive courses happen within June, July, August, September. It can be June, July, August, or July, August, September. This is it. More than that, people won't have the time. They won't have availability. But if we focus on these courses now, then we can and start communicating and start explaining, then we are on time. So what I'll do is I will share some just the concepts, and then you guys can start explaining and communicating in your own way through the channels that you're usually using. Yeah. Okay. So what else? Anything else? Any other question before we go? No? Okay. Right. Okay, great. So many thanks for the great talk to everyone, to Mari Carmen, to Blanca, to Manuel, to Akbar, every single one of you, to Anna, of course, everyone. Yeah, and you guys start building your future today.
Thank you, Radmila.
Bye.
Bye. Have a nice weekend.
Thanks,
Bye.
Radmila. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Good weekend.
Bye.
Cheers, thank you.
Enjoy. Have a good one.